All right, guys, here's a follow-up on SysCoin. A few things to learn here. Now, so we can look back. Now, I've got an hourly chart up here. This is SysCoin to Bitcoin on Bittrex. So you can see that this coin has been beautifully technical. We had this great-looking impulsive structure here, and with all the nice subdivision that you would hope to see. Just great technicals. But then we go into this, which, you can't, it's not even worth labeling it. What is it? It's a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, all the way. So it's not even worth putting a label on it. It doesn't matter. This is where it starts to get interesting again. So first is we get the big push up here. We break the Vegas wave with authority. Now, of course, we're going to have to be considering the retracements on the way back. So coming here, we've got, you can see here, there's the 50, there's the 618, and those are going to start to come into play as potential resistance zones as we look to come back the other direction. So I'll just mark them here since we know we don't need to keep them on, but we know those are going to be significant as potential targets and resistance zones. So let me take that off now that we know those are there, and we'll open up the chart a little bit. So a few things to see here. Let me get this in some better perspective on this. So here, of course, with this move here, if you're a bullish, of course we all are. If you're seeing this action, well, what you're hoping for is that's your impulsive one. And you can see we get a 1, 2. Here's our 3 here, down for the 4. We finish in a 5-wave sequence. So good probability that we have. Look here, the overlap. We've got a good leading diagonal, most likely there. So either way, whatever it is, it's a 1 wave. So now we get the deep 2. Now let me tighten it up so we get right on the pivot. So whenever you see that, of course, when you get those 3 dominant pivots, the first thing I would suggest that you do is put a pitchfork on it. Because if you stay within the confines of that pitchfork, you have an 80% probability of hitting the median line. And look exactly where we go, right? That's, again, you've got pattern, you've got price, you've got structure, market geometry, all there to offer you good technical trading here. So now if that's my 1, that's my 2, then we start putting some projections up above. So we say, okay, well, if that's a 1, 2, where's the most likely target for my 3? And we know that is the 1618 to the 175 range. So here we've marked this out, and I'm putting it forward in time, and of course I'm going to put it close to the median line, because ideally, if we're going to work our way up there, we're going to get there and come to it within the time constraints of the median line. Now, nothing says it has to happen right here. What would that be? On the 2nd of November, but that is certainly worth noting, and you will want to look for how it moves, if it's going to continue to move higher, in alignment with that median line in this outside edge here. Well, we technically don't even need that one just yet. So I'll go back to that's the 1.5. I'll keep that off. So we've got our standard pitchfork here, Andrew's median lines. So within this, if this is my 1, this is my 2, then if I'm going to get up here, well, I got to get there in a 5-wave sequence. So here's my 1 of 3. All right, so we complete this nice 5-wave sequence here, and now we're putting in our correction. So this was kind of an ugly correction, but it's subdivided. We got our A, then we got our B, then there we come down to complete the 2. So we'd expect some subdivision here. We've come, let me park this here. So we've come right to, let's see, I want this. I'm going to take this off just to clean the chart up. So we've come right to, here's our 50. So we're now retracing the entire move from swing low to completed 5th, completed high. We're now looking for the correction. So a couple of ideal spots would be, well, we know likely wave 4 targets are between the 38 and the 50. Well, we're right there. Also, structurally, from the Elliott context, between the 3rd wave and the 4th wave, likely targets for our 4th. But we've just come down that this doesn't give you good subdivision that you would hope to see. likely what we've got here now is an A wave that has completed. Given how long and complex this was, I'd be looking for a little more proportion here. So, the first thing I would do would be say, well, what would I like to see, right? If it was going to follow this roadmap, I'd want to see a B wave up here somewhere. A B wave can be 6-1. It can be from the 50 to the 786. So let's just put it right there at the 61865 box. So the ideal path would be here. Now, just because it's ideal and that's what we're hoping for doesn't mean that's what we're going to get, but that would be perfect, because then we come up, we catch the B, then we come down for our. Remember, this is the one wave of the third wave on the larger time frame. So if that's my 1, I'm looking for my 2 to come between 50 and 618. That's the most common zone for a wave 2. They can go deeper. We know that. They can go down to 786. But this would be the ideal. And look how the 618 lines up with the negative 23 of this pull. Now, we're not here yet, so we're hypothesizing and projecting forward if we are going to get up there. My point is, I don't know that I'd be buying aggressively here. There's not a lot of upside there because we're likely to run into some resistance. The place I'd be looking to be a buyer is coming down here, assuming we come up and we start this process. Now, nothing says we have to do this. And we may just start ripping here. So you have to adjust your count and the structure according to what the market offers you. Right now, that would be the ideal path, is to see that retracement and then come back down. We always want to consider how it's relating to the edge of the pitchfork. So we could have a truncated here. This could end up going impulsive. If it stays in a 3-wave structure, that's what gives us the clue that it's a B wave and that we're likely coming down for a 4. Maybe we get outside of the pitchfork and then we have to change the pitchfork a little bit. We put on the 1.5. So that would contain it nicely. But so what are the clues? Well, we'd be looking for 3-wave structure here to give us the tell that that's a B wave. If it goes impulsive, if it subdivides into 5, well, then it can't be a B wave. So then we're looking for, well, maybe this is this would be the 1, this would be the 2, and now we're starting the 1 of this third. We don't know yet. Ideal would be down here. So, but you got to respond to what the market offers to you. So, bottom line is, there's no trade here for me, at least I see just yet. I need more information to get a sense of where we are. So either it goes impulsive here, and we know we're off to the 1. I'm waiting for the 2. Or we stay in a 3-wave structure to imply a B wave, and then I'm waiting for the C to finish before I buy, looking for this to be the 1, 2, then we go up for the 3 with that target. All right, so that should make sense. And then, of course, coming back down, if you get this kind of play, you draw the pitchfork as well, looking for that. And in that kind of case, because of the steepness of this, then you'd consider your alternates and say, well, that looks a little steep and the time doesn't work there. So I look at that and I go to the shift. Again, it depends on what gets there. Then I might look at the modified shift, which is essentially a channel, and that starts to look better. But we don't know, because we don't know where this pivot is going to be. We don't know where that's going to stop, and if it's going to keep going, we just don't know. But that's the process that I would encourage you to consider going through. First thing we got to do is get up here and challenge some of this resistance, and then look at the subdivision here. All right? Okay, I'll wrap it there.